Well, with no cure for cancer, preventing the disease is the best we can do. And for millions, that means possibly taking dietary supplements. Pills high in antioxidants have become particularly popular. But new research is pointing to some troubling conclusions. A team of American scientists say there's no evidence the supplements provide any benefit at all. What's worse, taking too much may actually increase your chances of getting cancer. Let's talk about that study with CBC medical specialist Dr. Karl Kabasele. Dr. Karl, for years, people have believed that taking supplements is good for our health. This review says supplements could potentially increase our cancer risk. Why is that?
Yeah, exactly. So the problem is, of course, the fact that there are so many claims out there, so many unproven claims about what supplements and vitamins can do. But when you start to look at the higher quality studies, it just doesn't bear up. Now, part of the reason is that a lot of the positive findings come from animal studies or what we call in vitro, so test tube, laboratory type studies. And when they are human studies, oftentimes they're observational or population based. And you can see associations between cancer prevention and certain supplements but when you do a randomized controlled trial where you take a proposed vitamin and you test it, you give half of a group the vitamin and half the group a placebo, and you sort of compare to see if there's actually a difference, and oftentimes or most of the time there isn't.
Yeah, it's very important though to know who is doing the study as well, because sometimes you get studies and the people doing them have vested interests.
Exactly.
So who did this study?
Well, this was a U.S. study. It's not actually a study. It's more of a commentary where they reviewed previous studies. And, I think one of the key points they're making is that it's almost like direct-to-consumer marketing. We see, we do this too. We see these reports, we see these studies that come out in dribs and drabs, and, this week this particular vitamin's good for you, next week it's not. And the problem is we're not looking at it in the context of what we know more broadly. So what we do need is expert panels to review all of the evidence and then make recommendations, rather than one study come out and then everybody sort of hear, oh, this vitamin's good, let me rush out to the store and get that particular supplement.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not just the one supplement. It actually should be working in conjunction with a number of things going on in our body. Right? Is it really possible to say only one thing is going to cure you or make you feel better?
Well, that's right in two ways. Number one, when these things are studied, let's say, you're looking at a population of people who take, vitamin C. You're looking at a population of people who are also eating a lot of different kinds of foods, maybe taking other supplements. Some people are deficient, others are not. So it's hard to treat them as one group. And then, yes, when you look at it from the other perspective, when you take a particular vitamin or supplement, it's not clear whether any benefit that might be there is accrued because of combinations of foods and other supplements or other nutrients.
Okay, Dr. Karl, one of the more alarming parts of this commentary, or this peer review, I guess you would call it, is that the scare of if you actually take these supplements or too much of them, you could be increasing your risk of getting cancer.
That's right. So, for example, antioxidants. The idea behind taking antioxidants is that the oxidative process on human tissue may promote the processes that lead to cancer. So the theory is taking an antioxidant will counteract that problem. But the problem is that some studies have shown evidence that the antioxidants may be interfering with your body's natural ability to stop the cancer process. So you may be actually promoting cancer by taking these antioxidants. The point is that the evidence is mixed. We don't know enough about it. So we don't know enough to say that it's recommended to take these supplements. We also don't know enough to say whether there may be more harm than good.
Okay. So what's the bottom line? What should people do?
Well, the bottom line is, first of all, there are good reasons to take supplements. For example, if you're getting older, elderly people who are having weakness in their bones, they may need to take vitamin D and calcium to help to strengthen their bones. So nutritional deficiency is definitely a good reason to take supplements. Otherwise, talk to your doctor about whether it's really necessary to take them. The other thing to remember is when you buy a supplement, even though the industry isn't that well regulated, there are certain products that have been reviewed by Health Canada, and if you look on the package, in this case it's very small, you won't see it here, but there's a thing called a natural product number, NPN. If you look for that on the label, it's NPN followed by a series of numbers. That will at least give you some measure of assurance that this product was reviewed by Health Canada, it was deemed to be safe, and as effective as we can say, given the knowledge that we have about these supplements.
All right, CBC medical specialist Dr. Karl Kabasele. Dr. Karl, thank you.
Thank you.